Alright, so it's 1 week into the merger of the Monarchy and Knights of Doom, so let's take a look and see where we're at. Alright, so since we're two war clans, the only thing to me at this point that really matters is what's the war log look like. Our first war was here. It was kind of a joke. It was a farming clan, and we rolled over it, but we did get 89 out of 90 stars. Follow-up war was very difficult, very evenly matched. They actually had tougher defenses, and they might have even had stronger offenses all around, but we still came out. And we lost, but it was very close. And, I don't know if we maybe could have picked some attack choices better, but everybody gave excellent effort, and everything went really well. Last war, same thing as the couple previous, or the two wars previous was, they were kind of a joke. They didn't really show up, and we just kind of steamrolled them. Let's take a look at the current war to see what we drew. And I'm not too shocked at the fact that we're drawing a couple of these, farming wars, is because, the farming clans are a little bit bigger, and so you have a better chance of drawing them. Let's see the other clan. The percentages aren't all that great. This should be a clan that we should run over. Again, they aren't even hitting the 90s in the wars that they are in. They leave lots of stars on the board. I don't know. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be a weak clan, but I don't know how strong they're really going to be against us. I don't think they're a farming clan exactly, but we should, either way, we should run over these guys just like we had the other one. So I don't think we've had one really tough war as a merged clan, but I don't know if I would say that we've had any real adversity when it's come to the war stuff yet. So due to that good communication between myself and Mir, we did a kind of a blending of war styles. I'm used to really coordinating the war attacks from start to finish, the cleanup and everything. They're used to just kind of letting everybody pick their bases, and they're used to everybody doing a good job of picking those bases. So we did coordinate the top a little bit, since we're running into a lot stronger bases up top. But we leave everybody else alone. We have a couple bases we leave. Their job is to do cleanup only, and so we coordinate those a little bit. But everybody else is basically left to their own choice and handle it the way they can. So far, that's gone well. So it hasn't been one side saying we should just do it my way, another side saying we should just do it my way. It's been really good communication with everybody to try and see what works best for everyone. We even are changing the war time a little bit. When we were doing things in the Monarchy, we had very set times, and we really didn't deviate from them at all. And it was really about 5 or 6 hours earlier than when they would do it. And so after doing a few wars and seeing when people would show up, and some players couldn't really show up till near what would really be the end of the war, we decided to mix things up a little bit, and we're going to try the Monarchy start time to see if that works better for the entire group. I think it should, because a lot of their guys that might have been showing up later and didn't get really to hit too many bases, and that was just responsible for cleaning up or really just practicing for whenever they could show up for another war. It seemed like the time frame they would show up now is going to be near the beginning of the war, so they can actually pick some bases and be part of actually gaining some of the stars that put the thing away. So hopefully that time shift will help and works better for everyone as a whole. Either way, I'm not really concerned about how well everybody's going to perform. It's just, maybe certain time frames will work better for the entire group versus a large chunk of the group. So we'll have to wait and see. If it doesn't work out, I'm sure we'll find somewhere in the middle, but I'm curious to see how the group itself takes the time change. Yeah, the other thing I've been keeping an eye on that's been going pretty well has been the chat just in general. A lot of friendly challenges. It's been a good blending of personalities. It hasn't been one side just chatting with the people they were used to. Everybody's conversing very well. Because everybody's from so many different parts of the world, it's basically the chat is very active all the time. And so it's good to see the group really coming together. So I'm really confident that if things keep going like it's been, this is probably going to be a permanent merge, which like I think I mentioned in the first video, is not easy to pull off. We've tried it a few times where clans tried to merge into our clan. We tried merging into one early on when I think we were level 6 at the time. It just didn't go well, but this is actually going extremely well. And I think it has to do with the fact that, you know, those leaders have been very accepting of us and really discussing different plans and how they want to do different things, and, you know, accepting the ideas that we're trying to put out there as well. And same with us. We're not questioning it and saying it has to be our way. We've been very, you know, open to their ideas as well. So it's been really good so far. But that doesn't mean I don't have a few things that I do want to keep an eye on. I'm waiting to see happen. I mean, it's only been a week, so it's still really early, and so I'm going to go over those right now. All right, so realistically, we haven't had any real adversity yet, right? We lost that one war, but everybody showed up. There's a lot of work. We just lost. We didn't lose to bad decisions or people doing things crazy on their own. We just lost because we got beat. We haven't had to really demote or kick anybody that's been a long time person. You know, nothing crazy's happened, so we haven't had anything that, you know, required us to have a real discussion about players. And it really goes into all of them, all these bullet points, really. It's been no drama. There are a lot of different cultures in the group, but there's been no cultural issues. No one's really discussed religion or politics, thankfully, because those are two topics that always start fights, and then you really got to start making some tough calls. One thing I'm really interested in is players going inactive. You know, both clans were running 10 to 15 man wars, which means the guys that were showing up probably felt like they really needed to show up. And now that we've all merged together, you know, our first war was 30, the last two were 25, and I think this one's a 20. You know, with 40 plus active players, are we going to drop back down to doing 10 and 15 man wars? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some guys have been waiting to upgrade heroes, and so they're getting the opportunity to do that and take a break. But at the same time, in the long term, how much of the clan is going to stay inactive because they don't feel like they have to war now because there's people to essentially take their place. You know, like I said, it's not a big deal right now. It's something to keep an eye on, but we'll see how that works out. And then again, we haven't had to make a big decision, so there's been no argument among the leaders about which decisions to make and anybody disagreeing with what's happened. So again, we're only a week in, so we really need to wait and see. I'll probably wait until the next one if this, you know, if this merger stays together at about the 1 month mark. But I thought 1 week was a good time to check it out, because if it hasn't fallen apart after a week, it's got a good chance to go a lot longer. So see you guys back in just a few weeks. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. For more tips on running a clan, attacks, or other information, go to clanconsultant.com.